Is it Fan the Glory? Did I get it?
Yeah, Fan the Glory with Tory.
Fan the Glory with Tory. Wow. You're going to explain what Tory means. Tory. Oh, with Tory. My mind was on Conservative Party. Tory Party.
It's short for my name.
That's what I thought when you said it. I was thinking the Tory Party.
Why is your mind on politics?
Because of the catchphrase.
They've caused so much trouble nowadays, so you have to.
Pass us round or?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, my name is Victoria Ajoku, and my business is called Fan the Glory with Tory, short for Victoria. And the slogan is fanning the way to freedom.
Wow.
Okay. So basically, a little bit about me. So I was born and raised in Greenwich, London. So I like to see myself as homegrown talent, hopefully. And but my parents are from Nigeria, and so we have the Chief Nancy fans that I remember seeing as a child when we would attend West African fundraiser parties. Lovely, beautiful, big fans. They're round, sort of the fixed fan, we say, made from different animal skins. So I've always appreciated fans from my culture, and also travelling across Europe, Spain, Portugal, France, Italy. I like to collect souvenir fans. My background is in the creative and performing arts.
Wow.
So I've always loved to sing, dance. I've studied ballet, tap, jazz, modern, all of it. All types of singing genres, opera, classical, musical theatre, one of my favourites. And I've also really studied other art forms such as jewellery making. So I know you like the necklace, thank you. So I've always loved the creative and performing arts. And I did a master's in creative research. And shortly after that, I signed up to the Heritage Craft Association of Great Britain, just to receive their newsletters and emails to keep up to date with the craft world. And they released this list of endangered crafts in the UK, and I couldn't believe it, because in other countries, this list doesn't really exist. So all sorts of questions was going on in my mind. Then I saw fan making. Fan making was on the list. And something, it's like a car starting. Everything just fell into gear. Something clicked. I had this revelation, epiphany moment. And I knew in my core that I was called to do something with fan making. But it was almost like, well, how? So I'm on my own, I don't employ anybody yet. How am I going to find the crowds? How am I going to network? I'm going to need the money. Am I going to take out another loan? Things like that. And so my parents were really pivotal and encouraged me to just start. It's a catch-22. If you don't start, nobody will know about you to give you the help you need. So you need to actually just start. So I just started. And it really was me self-taught. So reading a lot, just buying materials, practicing at home, DIYing it, as we say. And then I really realised that I have a heart for people. You know, you mentioned about your service is really about giving back to the people, being friendly, smiling. I really love the idea that I'm not just making fans to sell, but I'm going into different communities and I'm teaching the craft through fun, therapeutic workshops. So it's sort of like an outreach area that I really wanted to do. And I wanted to really demystify the craft because, in my humble opinion, unfortunately what has happened with many heritage crafts is for far too long it's stayed in the same demographic of people for far too long. And I really want the craft of fan making to reach people of different ages, abilities, backgrounds and walks of life. So everybody can try the craft. They don't have to necessarily have a certain income to afford the workshops. And I'm not necessarily just, in one place. So I see myself as the hands and feet, and I go into different communities. I will come to you. And it doesn't matter your ability. Many people want to try a craft, but they may have a disability. So I tailor the craft for people of different abilities, basically, so everybody can feel that they can try it. And it's therapeutic. Mental health is a major issue across the world, particularly with the pandemic. So during the sort of lockdown time, it enabled me to start online fan classes where the materials can be sent to you. You can have a one-to-one session with me, or as a group in your community, or if you just have a group of friends. And I really want to make sure that the craft can be for special occasions. So a bit like events, what you were saying to me, a bit like events. So if you have a baby shower, you want to do something different with your girls, you can have a fan class. And then I can sort of design it with the name of your child or whatever. Or if you're having a wedding or a christening, or even a graduation, and you want to do something quite special, I can come in, And so for me, I've really enjoyed the outreach side of it. It's really, really important for me. It humbles me, because it reminds me that actually it's the people that come first. If people like you, then they're more likely to buy your products. If they kind of see, well, what have I gained? What have you done to serve communities, sort of thing. So I always come from that sort of stance. And I've loved it. I've loved going into schools, care homes, residential homes. I've been to a prison before. And just community centres like this. So venue hire, doing a fan class, putting it on the social media, which is really important. Say the date, the time, this is where I'm going to be. If you want to learn the craft, come and have a try. It's fun and therapeutic, so we do all types of things. So I take you through the history of the fans, so all the different cultures of fans. I will show you. I have a fan collection where you can actually physically touch, feel, and hold the different styles of fans, because fans are for everyone. What I like, it's like a flag. Every culture, every country has its own flag. Fans, literally, there are so many different types of styles of fans and materials used. So I take you through fans of India, fans of China, fans of Africa, of course, and then the European fans as well. So there's lots that I do within the workshop. I also enjoy the fan dancing. So I love flamenco dance, obviously, with the fan, and I do all types of contemporary, modern dance with the fan. So some people just book me if they have a party. We just want you to do some fan dancing as part of the entertainment. Sometimes I don't do the actual making of the fan. But what I love is that the fans are vegan at the moment. So I work with paper and wood. And here is an example.
Sustainable.
So they're sustainable, exactly. Eco-friendly.
Friendly, not big.
So it's basically something that looks like this. But I take you through all the traditional techniques that many people don't know about. So although it looks pretty simple, there are techniques that are used and applied in making a fan that actually can be used in other art forms as well. So it's pretty much a fan that looks very similar to this one. So the sessions are about 3 hours, 2.5. I can tailor it. If you want it an hour, I'm very flexible, very flexible. Yeah, that's just pretty much me, fanning the way to freedom. I hope that this will go abroad. I hope to travel a lot more. And I really want to also thank the Royal Borough of Greenwich Council, like SPAPTAN. They funded me last year, and the paper that I hope was circulated, you can see the different workshops that I've done within the borough. And the funding really boosted my confidence, because I just felt finally recognised. It's so hard when you're on your, you don't have a team of people. I just had this backing, and I've used the funding for venue hire. I've used it also to just collaborate, to travel a lot more within the borough, to do different classes. Collaboration is key, very, very key. So if your organisation, okay, I think we would like to do a fan class. It's great for bonding, a team bonding exercise for people within your organisation. I've had so much feedback of how my workshop session really enabled people to forget about their work for about an hour, and they can make something practical, it's usable, and you get to take it home. There's never a workshop where I've said, I'm keeping your fan. No. The idea is that you make it, you take it home. And it's helping people, it's building their confidence. They can look back in a year's time and say, I've achieved this, I made that. And I try to also have the ethos that we make two. So obviously one for yourself, but try to give one away to someone else. So there's lots of practices that I do. And for inviting me today, I'm very grateful to meet all of you. And it's within my custom to give a fan. So Francis, this fan is for the team of SPAPTAN. Please do reveal.
Okay.
I'll give it away to you. So everyone who has me on board.
We have more
Moment
of
of
this
truth.
because we're going to have you more and more.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. It's the other way around.
Oh, Francis.
No, it's the other way. You see,
Oh, it's the other
there's a
way.
technique. There's a technique.
He needs to go for classes.
Technique.
Whoa! Francis needs to go for your classes, definitely.
Hold it,
Like this.
and then you have to flick it open. Flick it.
He needs classes. Can you book him into one of your classes, please?
This is what we do. This is one of the icebreaker games we do, actually. How to flick the fan. So you've got to have some.
Whoa, look at that.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Excellent.
Thanks, Victoria.
That's for the team. So anytime you feel hot,
that's
just.
I'm feeling hot anyway, so Francis.
And over Christmas also, because some people at Christmas, when I was selling at the market stalls, they said, but it's cold at Christmas. But they can be decorative art pieces. When you buy a frame or a fan stand and have it in, just like a picture. I'm sure we love pictures and paintings. We have them in our bedrooms, living rooms. So fans can also be decorative pieces of artwork, not just a cooling device. Any questions?
So
Question.
You talked about different countries. Do you design also country flags on fans?
I can do,
for
yes.
example, UK flag on your fan.
Yes.
There are maybe some African countries flag on your fan.
Yes, so I did, obviously it's an endangered craft in the UK. I designed a flag with the Union Jack on it. It's on my website. And also, when I travelled to Spain, because I love the south, like Malaga, I actually made some handmade fans of the sort of flag. And I sold it there, and they really loved it, because they've never seen
fan very well.
it. My fans do fan very well. Yes.
Question for me, please. So, can you someone place an order? Say someone is celebrating a birthday, so to have that as a birthday present, can we place an order with special requests in the names and what you write on it?
Yes, absolutely. So basically, you just send me an email,
Okay.
which I'll give my card out, and you just send me an email, and I can make it bespoke.
So it doesn't have to be, you can just order for 1 or 2, it doesn't have to be bulk.
Doesn't have to be in bulk.
Okay, that's fine. All right, thanks.
Everyone's enjoying flicking it. They say it's all in the wrist. It's a real exercise treat.
What do you mean heritage fan? I mean, I heard you speak about that a couple of times. What's
Yes.
heritage fan?
So heritage, it's a heritage craft in the UK.
Okay.
So when we think about English heritage, it's a craft that really in the 17th and 18th century, it was thriving in the UK. We had fan makers right here making, producing and selling fans. It's a heritage craft, so it's within the English heritage. It goes way, way back. we have fan makers who were Huguenots, actually. The majority of them were Huguenots from France that came over. Many of them had different types of skills, but one of them was fan making. So when I say a heritage craft, it's a craft that over the centuries, it's part of our culture as Brits. Fan making is part of our culture. We did at one point manufacture, sell our own fans, but it's endangered now, meaning we have less than a handful of fan makers, people who have the skills to make the sticks, to actually assemble it, to know how to do the templates and everything like from scratch. Because what many people do is mass produce. You can just buy it on eBay, 50 in pink for your Ajoku, for example. But actually making it from the beginning, heritage craft is about making it from scratch, the skills. And we need to hand down our skills. So there's been a huge breakdown of transferring skills over. So I'm trying to... Everyone's trying not to flip the fan. They can be seen as weapons sometimes, actually. You have to
Weapons
be
of
very
mass
careful.
destruction.
But there is a saying that fans are as old as hot weather. So we can never really date when the very first fan was made. It's just within the fan world that fans are as old as hot weather. But when we have done our research, we do trace it back to Egypt.
Okay, yeah.
With the fixed fan. Remember the pharaohs? Who would have
Yeah.
in processions, you have two of them feathered fans.
Wow.
There's a lot in there. But I'm enjoying the journey. It's never been done before. I'm the only company in the whole world actually teaching the craft.
In the whole world.
Yeah, in the way that I do. People
Really?
make fans, but to actually teach it.
Wow.
And I teach it to different types of communities I go in.
That's a unique
I've done,
service.
in the space of 4 years, I've gone into so many places to do the craft. Single-handedly, I have no team behind me. And I think it comes down to the personality that Sheila was saying, actually having your smile, turning up, networking, and just trying to keep current, be relevant to people. Everyone has a need. And I've managed to work out what people's needs are. So for just a community, let's say you might be a church group. You might want something for your church, to bond your church, group together. I can meet that need. You might just be a school and you want to, maybe in your school you're looking at the Tudors as your topic. Well, I can come in and do a fan, decorate it to do with the Tudors. So I'm relevant. You see what I mean? When I've gone into a prison, that was for Mother's Day. And I remember it was very unique, so I wasn't allowed my phone, they take that off you.
Which prison? Bemas?
I'm not allowed to actually say.
Oh.
Because of their safety and because of mine. You're not allowed your phone. You're not allowed anything.
Okay.
They take everything off. And the scissors, you have it, everything strapped.
Have any picture?
No. But the scissors and all my craft material had to be strapped to me. But I really loved actually speaking with them because they really had interesting stories. And again, they said that they've never experienced a workshop like this. They've never. Why have you come in for us? Because you matter. And I was trying to explain, outreach, fan making. I want this to reach all sorts of people in all sorts of corners across all fields, across all sectors. You matter. You matter just as much as me doing a fan class to a group of business professionals. Everybody matters.
So what's your? So I was going to ask, what's your plan then? Are you looking to expand? And obviously, if you're looking to expand, are you looking to employ more people?
Yes, I'm looking to actually employ more people. Starting off with just volunteers first, just so people can find their feet, see if it's for them, because it has to be something that touches you. You have to have the same fire as I do, fanning the flame. You have to have the fire. So I would say, first of all, recruiting some volunteers over a short period of time, see how you like it, if it fits with you, and then growing it to actually paid positions. Still applying for funding, so my application doesn't stop. Keep applying for funding and keep travelling. So I'm doing more festivals now, doing more market stalls. Just trying out different things. I'm still experimenting. I don't have everything perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just trying and error, but just turning up and then knowing what suits you. So
That's very good.
Excellent. That's excellent.
Like I said, we'll move it. You're gonna get to Africa.
You should
different
collaborate
parts of-
more
parts
with
of
the
the
world.
world.
And also with Sheila and
Yeah. There's a lot of collaboration you can do with event planners and
That's very inspiring and social. And one thing is that after our lunch, I think we should go for lunch now. We will invite a couple of people more, and the issue of collaboration is what I want.